All right, hey, here we are. Look, I think that it should be Super Bowl Saturday, so for people like me, we'd have to get up early on Monday. I felt terrible for Nick Hopwood this morning, who was on early with us. He goes, sorry, Nick, you got scheduled the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday. Ivy got scheduled this Monday, too, and she's proud and happy to be here. Ivy, good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
Yeah. Not much of a game.
Not much of a game, so 9:30 rolls around, you're like, there's not much more to see here.
We're good. Yeah.
But what a game. I mean, I was completely shocked at the outcome.
So was I.
Just watching Kansas City get crushed. Holy moly.
Yeah,
I was like, I kept looking at you going, I can't believe this.
Yeah, they were just getting smashed. And Mahomes, I mean, he was getting smashed. There was but 2 sacks and back-to-back plays. You're going, when do you see that?
What was it, six total sacks throughout the game,
that.
and then, 3 turnovers?
Something like that. Yeah, it was terrible. Just
That was horrible.
Anyhow, what's on your mind?
Well, Steve, over the weekend we've been diving deep into DOGE and what Elon Musk is doing with that. Actually, I was listening also to Bill Maher, who made some comments on it. And I just wanted you to take a listen to something that he said. Go ahead.
My theme with this is always that this country just never reacts. It only overreacts. So is the government bloated? Yes. Does it need a trimming? Yes. But, if you're 50 pounds overweight, then you don't go on a starvation diet. I mean, Elon Musk's plan seems to be like massive antibiotics. Just kill everything and then hope something grows back.
Yeah. I think he's completely wrong on that. First of all, we're not talking about 15 pounds overweight. We're talking about billions of dollars overweight.
Billions, yeah.
We're talking about fraud. We're talking about duplications. We're talking about,
well, as you were telling me here, you say, look, here, you showed me a story about $100 billion spent, $50 billion of it. They had no idea where it was going. It had no official person was going to. Had no tracking number, if you will, right?
They didn't even know where it came from, what the charge was for, where the money went. Elon asked a group of people in the Treasury about that number, said, how much do you think is actually fraud? They said probably 50% of that number.
So 50 billion. So just think about that. The entire USAID budget, which is all suspect, by the way, for everything they did. Mm-hmm. That's the entire budget right there.
Right.
$50 billion out of one account. And think when you get to the Department of Transportation and the Department of Interior, the Department of Defense, which is $800+ billion in spending. Yeah, this is real money. This is not a starvation diet. This is real money.
Place. This is in the Department of Treasury.
Right.
Imagine every other department. And as they go through and they analyze, which Trump just said to Musk, hey, go do this with the Department of Education.
Or just get rid of the Department of Education.
Go do this with the, securities.
And
Department of
About
Defense.
that. About the Department of Education, I keep hearing those on the left saying, well, he hates kids and he doesn't want them to learn. No, he wants education to go back to the states so the states can control education. State Department of Education, state superintendent, which we have and every other state has, right? And stop squandering money, because since the Department of Education was created by Jimmy Carter, our grades have gotten worse. Our education has gotten worse. We've got unions that have a lot of influence in Washington. Would stop it. This narrative that somehow it's because he hates kids is just absolutely ridiculous.
I think every American who is looking at this right now should be completely outraged.
Yeah.
How are you not? The amount of egregious spending that happens in our government is unbelievable.
Well, and here's the other part of that. The people are sitting there screaming, going, it's unconstitutional. Elon Musk should not be allowed to do any of this. This is terrible. He's auditing your money, making sure that your money is not being wasted. And maybe, just maybe, if we figure out how to stop spending so much money on stupid things, you won't have to pay so much. It'll save you money and save your country. And these people, this is terrible.
Right.
Elon, it's just bizarre to me. These people are just going berserk. Because he's looking at the numbers.
Right. And actually, I listened to Senator Joni Ernst, talk about this, where she is on Oversight Committee, and she was actually trying to get USAID to send her paperwork, to send her the numbers, to send her, hey, where is this money going? She has been doing this for the last 3 years, trying to get all these documents.
Rand Paul the same.
And they stonewalled her.
You get no money.
Wouldn't allow her to get any information. And then when they actually allowed her to get information, 2 of her staffers were allowed in the room. They were not allowed to take notes. They were recorded the entire time. They had limited access to information, and that's what they provided to them. And now we know why. When let's crack open the Pandora's box. Here it is. No wonder they didn't want, Joni Ernst to go in there and look at all this information.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
She'll see where the bleeding is, and there's a lot of it. Anyhow, Ivy, we're going to be talking about this for weeks
and
to
just
come.
really quick, I don't know if you saw this, but the DOGE team just discovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week. This is last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal immigrants.
Which is contrary.
They are demanding that money get returned.
It should be.
It's just like
breaking the law. I got to leave it there. Breaking the law. They're ignoring the executive orders, ignoring federal law.
That money
Ivy?
should be going to the folks in the Carolinas and people
Correct.
in California
Thank
that
you.
need it. Thank you.
She got it in?
I hear no music. What happened to the music?
Steve, I think we still have a minute.
Oh.
Oh,
He's right.
I'm putting Ivy back up.
Yeah, he's right.
You're
Ivy, it's
looking
my
at the
bad.
wrong clock,
I'm looking at the wrong
Steve.
clock.
aw.
It
It is.
happens.
Hey,
But
it's
anyhow, okay, so back to the-
Monday and
okay,
Super
fine.
Bowl after Super Bowl.
$59 million. Let's talk about that for a second. They're avoiding federal law altogether, ignoring the federal law. And when you ship illegals to Guantanamo, lawsuit. When you have Elon Musk come and look at the money, lawsuit.
I
That's all
think
they got.
they knew this though. The Trump team has been preparing for this for a year, if not longer. They knew that these legal attempts were going to be happening,
Sure,
and so
lawfare.
they're prepared for this. I mean, they have their legal team lined up to defend against this.
But it still gums up the system.
Right, exactly. It's definitely not going to hold, in my opinion.
Right.
But it does slow things down, and I think that makes the American people angry, especially when it wasn't like he was not transparent about what he was going to do. The American people want this. Stop stonewalling, or you're just going to lose in the midterms, even worse than you did before. So keep it up,
True.
Democrats.
All right, now we'll take a break.
All right.
Well
Thank
done,
you,
Ivy.
Steve.